We have a roll call. Council.
Council members Devine.
Here.
Friedman. Najarian.
Here.
Mayor Sinanian. Mayor Pro Tem Weaver.
Here.
The agenda for the November 18th, 2014 special public meeting of the City Council was posted on Thursday, November 13, 2014, on the bulletin board outside City Hall.
Would you please read 1 and 2 into the record?
Public hearing, Director of Community Development regarding real property at 1407 West Glen Oaks. 1A ordinance for introduction.
The other one, too.
I'm sorry, item 2 also?
The other public hearing.
Public hearing, Director of Public Works regarding conditional vacation of a portion of Laurel Street between Central Avenue and Brand Boulevard. Vacation case number 177V. 2A, resolution ordering the vacation, and 2B, resolution adopting plan number 12-236.
Thank you. Mr. Ochoa.
Yes, sir. On the first public hearing regarding the proposed project at 1407 West Glen Oaks, this morning we received a message from the development team asking for additional time to do outreach with the local neighbors. So they are requesting that this hearing be open and continue to the evening, not the afternoon, but the evening of December the 9th, which would be your first regularly scheduled meeting of December.
And I received an email, I think the same one you must have received on it. I'm just concerned when I read that they attempted to meet with the homeowner association and others, and they were rejected. May I strongly urge the homeowner association and those neighbors that have been sending emails into us, derogatory emails, this time meet with the people, because I assure you, when the night comes that we hear this, I'm going to be asking if you have met with them. It's unfair to prejudge without giving the other side a chance to talk. It's just right. So I hope that those meetings happen.
We will. We have encouraged the developer to work quickly before the Thanksgiving holiday.
Yeah, we want a happy Thanksgiving.
The second public hearing, if that gets so ordered.
If I may, can we just get a motion on the motion?
A motion to continue to date certain.
December 9th, 6 p.m. regular meeting without further public notice.
Did I say 6 or 7?
Are there any cards submitted to speak on this item?
There's cards, but we're not considering the item. The only thing they could speak on would be the postponement. I don't think any.
And it's up to the chair of the meeting to decide what the speak. You can allow the speakers to speak only on whether to postpone. You can allow them to, since you opened the hearing, you can ask them to.
No, I decline.
Want to speak on the project? Sounds like you don't want to allow.
I decline. They're just finding out now that it's being postponed.
But I do think we need to. If somebody wants to speak on the issue of the postponement, I think you do need to allow them to do that.
Does anybody want to speak on the postponement? Say they don't like it? Seeing none?
I would submit to you, sir, that we did reach out to the Northwest Homeowners Association this morning as we found out, and advised them that we would carry this matter over. So okay. There's that.
But let me inquire before I make a motion to continue. How many cards do we have speaking?
4.
4. Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, I would ask that either as this, before we make our concluding action on this item, or during an opportunity for public comment at the end, we let these 4 individuals speak. They've come down to City Hall on the middle of the day, which is not the most convenient, and up till a few hours ago, this was on the agenda. They may have made plans during their day to attend. Obviously, they made plans. They are attending, and that we give them a chance to address either as a public comment, although typically there is not a public comment during special meetings. But it seems unfair that they would be sent off without a chance to speak.
My understanding is the Northwest homeowners was notified this morning about the postponement.
Well, I may.
Yes.
I would like to agree with Councilmember Najarian. I think this, the 3 o'clock, I was opposed to the 3 o'clock meeting because I knew that a lot of people would not be able to come and speak their minds. So out of respect for those that did take time out of their day, I think we should hear them as well.
I guess majority rules, Mr. City Attorney.
Well, you're the chair, you run the meeting, but a majority of the quorum can overturn your decision. So
I'm going to limit time because in 3 weeks, we're going to have a lot of people here in the evening. We're going to all have plenty of time to talk.
I don't object to that,
I
Mr.
don't
Mayor,
either.
if we limit their time to some, I don't object to that.
Okay, give me the cards.
the hearing is open, Mr. Mayor.
I'll open the public hearing. First speaker, Brian Ellis. He left. Theodore Polychronis, 2 minutes.
Okay, I'll be brief. First of all, my name is Theodore Polychronis, and I live on North Pacific Avenue, and I've been living here for decades now. First of all, I want to say that I don't appreciate the games that your developers are playing by pulling off the agenda items and then having us come here in the middle of the day and then say, no, we'll talk some other time. Anyway, to begin with, I and a large number of residents and constituents here want you to deny this permit when it comes, whenever it comes. The only benefit will come from this is to enrich some developer from somewhere. And we want you to stop rezoning and issuing variances all over the place on this project and all future projects. We also want you to impose an immediate moratorium on for all.
Sir, please stick to the subject matter. 1407 West Glen Oaks. Moratorium is
This
not.
is also part
Moratorium
of it.
is not on the agenda.
So
Speaking
what
on
is?
1407.
I spoke to you. I told you I don't want to see it, and I want you to take it to impose a moratorium on anything for a year.
Sir, I've told you a moratorium is not on the agenda.
It's not. I'm presenting it. Okay, I live here. I'm a stakeholder in this town, so you should have some obligation to listen to me.
Sir, I made my decision. A moratorium is not on the agenda. We had that discussion a week ago. You could come at oral communications tonight and speak on the moratorium if you wish.
And then you'll pull it out, and then you tell them come back another year or something. No. We don't have the time to waste, on your games.
It's not games, sir.
You're not representing us. You are representing developers, and I don't know who else. But you're not thinking anything about to benefit us. And yes, we are your constituents here.
Sir, I've lived here over 75 years, and if you don't think I don't care about my city, you've got another thing coming.
Look, I lived here for many years too, and I've seen your performance. Okay, so let's not get into that.
Well, you're the one getting into it. Thank you, sir. You're opposed to 1407. Understood. Very clear.
And the rest too.
Thank you. Next speaker, Don Zachary.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem, members of the council. I had come to propose that the hearing be postponed. It has been postponed. Thank you, Councilman Jajari and Councilman Devine, for allowing us to speak on this issue.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Margaret Hammond.
Good day, afternoon, not used to afternoon. Mayor Pro Tem, members of the City Council. I was at another luncheon and I thought, okay, I'm going to go and do my thing. I think it's a very good idea. Did I say my name? Margaret Hammond. Anyway, very good idea to postpone it and to have the meeting. I know a lot of people have called me. They're just, going on and on about it. And as I tell them, okay, we'll get to City Council and you speak up. Don't be telling me, as I've said before. But what I'm saying is I think it's a very good idea to have that meeting, to postpone it till then when more people can come. And by then, a lot of people will finally hear what's going on or whether they agree or disagree. Of course, I disagree with it. I don't want any more building. You don't want Glen Oaks to look like San Fernando Road and Central and whatnot, that we've had all that stuff dumped on us down there. And even though nobody from the Northwest stood up for us, I am willing to stand up because I believe in what's best for my city. I'm willing to speak up for it, and I don't think that having buildings like that string up along Glen Oaks is good for our city. So I thank you very much for postponing and having a meeting.
Thank you, Margaret.
Thank you.
So you know it's being postponed at the request of the developer.
Well, I think that's a good idea. I mean, I know there's a lot of talk about it, I'll tell you. My phone's hot on the wires.
And the afternoon has been held for a lot of land use regulation projects.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I have no more speaker cards.
I will move.
Public hearing is temporarily closed?
Continue. It's open. No, it's open. The motion.
It'll be open until, depending. Okay.
Move to continue this item without further notice until the evening
December.
Of December
9th.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Council members Devine,
Yes.
Friedman, Najarian,
Yes.
Mayor Sinanian, Mayor Pro Tem Weaver.
Aye. Thank you. There's no other.
I think you had to get the motion on the other.
Yes, sir.
On the other.
Oh, yes, yes.
The
Is there a motion?
second item, yes, we had one of the auto dealers on Brand Boulevard ask for just a little more time to look at the traffic study, so we are happy to oblige and ask that we open and continue the public hearing on the conditional vacation of Laurel Street at Memorial Hospital to the December 9th afternoon meeting. And that would also speak to the issue, I don't know, Mike, if you had we have to do a separate item for the Economic Development Corporation special meeting that actually contemplates the sale of that property.
Is there a motion?
Respectfully, Mayor Pro Tem, we have one speaker card on this item.
Does anybody want to hear the one speaker? Because I wasn't going to do that.
Yes.
I think we can.
Want to hear the one speaker? May I have the card?
From the hearing, Mr. Mayor.
I'll open the public hearing. Margaret Hammond.
Margaret Hammond speaking regarding this closure of Laurel. I do not think any more streets in Glendale should be closed down. You close down Harvard, you close down Orange, keep closing down the laneways that are between the buildings, that are access to places, and the traffic is getting worse and worse. And here you are going to close down another street in an area where you've put hundreds of units and so forth, and there will be all those additional people driving around that area. It's already a horrible nightmare on San Fernando and Central and Brand. Traffic is backed up for blocks back. I objected to all that commercial stuff that went in down there because I knew that's what would happen, and it's exactly what happened because it's the only entry into Glendale is along Los Feliz and up Glendale. I mean, if you go there, there's always traffic. So I do not think you ought to be closing Laurel, which is, again, a public street and has access from between streets, and for people to be able to get through, have possible easier passage to the hospital and to the area around there. That's where you're putting in all those blankety-blank units that are going to cause even more traffic. So as far as I'm concerned, I do not think that it should be closed down. Thank you.
Is there a motion to continue this to a date certain?
So move.
The 9th or the 6th?
9th.
Second.
9th at 3 p.m.
Like 3 p.m. Okay, roll call.
Council members Devine,
Yes.
Friedman, Najarian,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Weaver,
Aye.
Mayor Sinanian.
Okay, and the public hearing will stay open. Okay, that ends that special meeting.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Stand adjourned from the special meeting of the council. I'll call the order the joint meeting of the Glendale